Hello, 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 and welcome everybody. My name is Barbara J. Beckley, and you are at the Coaches Lounge today. Yes, you are in the right place. You're probably like, okay, how did I get? You're here. You're in the right place. This is where I created to make sure that coaches, educators, and consultants are getting a light for them so people understand what they do for others. We're always making sure as coaches, because I'm a coach too, that we want to make sure that we're making sure that other people are bringing the needle up in their lives, like moving to the next needle, to encourage them, to teach them, to educate them, everything else. But then sometimes we forget about us as a coach. So I said, let me create this platform so the coaches can come on and shine bright as they do for everybody in the world that they work for. So you know the light that they have. And then maybe, just maybe, you might say to yourself, I might want to hire that coach. Or, oh, I know somebody that needs that particular coach in their life. So it worked both ways, that, you can either understand, get to know their personality, get to know what they do, get to know how they coach, all that good stuff. Because Oprah Winfrey has a coach. Celebrities have coaches, and more than one, more than two. So always remember, it's not wrong to have a coach in your life, because if you're trying to really move towards that excellence in your life to help others, you need others to help you. We help each other. That's what we do. So today we have a wonderful, amazing. Now, usually when I have my women on, I call them, because I look at all people as royalty, because I always got to remind them of who they are. So, but I have a king. I have a wonderful king that's coming on, and you are going to be like, oh, amazed at him. I met him just a few weeks ago through another wonderful queen that I know, LaWanna Bradford. And I'm telling you right now, she gave me the goods, because I said, people need to hear what he does for others. So Mr. King, Mosongo Moukwa, he helps small businesses owners improve revenue and find peace by reigniting. He's talking my language now, reigniting their passion and connection with their purpose. How important is that? And he's going to tell us that. Many start inspired, but lose the joy of the process. And he knows that. As a coach, he knows that. That's why he said he has to come into your world, right? His coaching helps them to uncover hidden revenue, strengthen profitability, and restore the balance without compromising your values. See, we don't want to do that. He doesn't want you to do that. So he's going to teach you and help you and guide you in that. I told you I have a king. So with that said, we'll be right back to bring on this wonderful king. Barbara J. Beckley, and I'm a visibility and social media strategist. Yes, we are back. If you're just tuning in, this is the Coaches Lounge with myself, Barbara J. Beckley, and some wonderful experts that create magic in people's lives. Coaches that create magic. And we have the wonderful king here. How you doing, Mr. Moukwa?
Yes, I am doing great, Barbara. I'm excited to have this conversation with you, and thank you so much for having me on your show.
Oh, no, this is an honor. Like I said, I want to make sure people understand what you do for others in their world. It's so interesting that a lot of times we always say, well, we can do it on our, we'll be okay and everything. And then things kind of go, and then you're like, okay, well, maybe I should have hired somebody, or maybe I should have consulted with somebody. Yeah. And we want to make sure the person's light is lighting up in the world. So what you do for businesses, and I know you get more in detail about, especially making sure their purpose is aligning with what they're doing for the business, is really understanding that, because that's like the core, that's like the foundation. So I know you're going to talk a little bit. I don't want to take the thunder away, so I know you're going to talk about that. But before we get into that, I always like to pull that curtain because you weren't always doing this. So I want to make sure that people know your backstory because of how important it is to you. Because usually when we're coaches, I feel like what we do is not just being a coach, but also it's a mission and a movement within yourself
Yes.
for others. So please tell us your backstory.
Yes, I spent more than 20 years in corporate at
Mm,
a senior role for Fortune 500, vice president at SC Johnson, Reichhold, and many other companies. But I always felt that really my dream was not being fulfilled.
mm,
So I was actually working on someone else's dream.
mhm,
So I decided to leave. At that time, I was really at the apex of my career. I was running big organization globally. Each time I wanted to leave, the carrot became bigger, and then no, we will send you to Austria. We will put you in a house there. What else do you
mhm.
need, and so on. And then I decided, let me follow my dream.
Yes.
So in a way, I broke those golden shackle, and then I took a leap without
Mm,
really knowing if I was going actually to hit the ground. I just jumped in, and then that was around 2007 or so. That was in the middle of the financial crisis.
ooh,
So in retrospect, I should have anticipated that. So I jumped there and so on. I wanted to do consulting and so on, and then but things were not working. Phone was silent. Nobody was
mm,
returning my calls and so on. And then
mm,
I would sit there sometime in the evening asking, man, what did I do? And then, I'll sit there eating dinner with my wife. There was just this silence there.
mm.
Silence was actually heavier than words. So we're really in a bad shape because I put a lot of investment,
Mhm,
into that. So then I put my ego to the side. I began to talk to people, taking
mm,
some additional courses, trying to
mhm,
see what I learned through my corporate career. How can I apply it and so on. And then
mhm.
eventually things beginning to work and so on and
Yes.
so on. So,
Right.
but from those struggles, actually, I learned a number of things. One is that you need to have a clarity in your business, so certainly, and then understanding where you're going and why you're doing it, and then having the right foundation.
Mm,
So based upon that,
mhm,
I became successful. I have along the way, I wrote a bestseller book, Be a Leader of Significance. My last venture, which is a specialty chemical company, I'm a co-owner. I'm also the president of the company. But then I also have this venture, which is coaching small business owners,
mhm,
where I'm sharing with them what my learnings were, because I don't
mhm,
want for them to go through the same difficulty
mhm,
that I went through. And I developed a
mhm,
framework which has been which helped me along the way, and which
mhm.
is helping many of my clients at this point in time.
Yes. Wow. Well, first of all, I have to commend you, sir, for saying to yourself, I am not feeling my passion right now. There's something missing here. Even with all the money they were throwing at you and saying that, because that can always change your mind and keep you, but you were like, you know what? I'm still not feeling my purpose, what I'm really supposed to be doing here. And with that, you took that plunge, you took that jump, you took that step and got more clarity and said, you know what, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And see, usually I like when you get the clarity within yourself,
Yes.
it clears up the road for a lot of other things that's to come to you.
Yes.
So when you did that for yourself, now you're helping so many other people that need that.
Yeah.
And that's where you come in. And that's why I know you're profiting, you're flourishing now in what you're doing because of what you decided to step out on. So I have to commend you for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And what I've learned working with what I experienced in some way, and working with small business owners, what I've learned when what I've seen, what I've experienced with them is that first of all, what small business owners they are looking for is financial independence.
Mhm.
They are looking to leave a legacy for their children and spend
Mhm.
time with loved ones. But the reality is that they are not always achieving those.
Yeah.
They are working harder, longer, but then you have so many things at play, and they feel overwhelmed.
Mm.
Feel overwhelmed with their
Mhm.
cash flow, competition, turnover, and then slowly their passion, fades, and is being replaced by self-doubt and worry. So that's really what happens. Which is that what happens is that you have that fear of failure that start to set in. So many small business then are afraid
Mhm.
of failing, and they become conservative.
Mhm.
They are afraid because they've already put in so much investment, so they don't
Mhm.
want. And then
Yeah.
self doubt also sets in.
Yeah.
So they struggle with that feeling, questioning if they truly deserve that achievement.
Mm.
That prevents them to further taking bold steps. That's
Yes.
what it is. And they
Mm.
don't want to take time off. They are afraid that that may destroy their business, so they become stressed.
Mhm.
No quality time with family because there is always that excuse. Man, Johnny, I cannot take you to the baseball game. Man. I have to work. I have to do this and that, which is actually one of their goals. That was really to work.
Yeah, that was the goal, to take time out for yourself, but then now you're winding up spending more time not
Yes,
even doing it. Yeah. Or
absolutely.
like you said, have that fear of, okay, if I take off, if I take a break or whatever, what's going to
Yeah.
happen with the business?
Yes,
And I'm so
absolutely.
glad you brought that out, because a lot of us as small business owners, especially at the beginning, and I have to say for myself, and I can use me as a guinea pig for you, as you're showing your coaching today. When I first, just took that leap of faith, it was me. I was, basically the marketing person. I
Yes,
was social media. I was the background, person, the branding person, the CEO, the CFO, the whatever
yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
So it kind of piles down, and then you don't see a way. Sometimes you don't see that way. Sometime of, okay, with all that I'm doing for my business,
Yes.
when do I have time just to take a deep breath?
Yes, yes, yes. And running a small business can be a lonely proposition. Huh? So you have that isolation, because lack of support. Because
Mhm.
sometimes you don't feel the support from your from your spouse or partner. So you feel isolated in your own struggle. You're asking,
Yes.
what's going on here? But that leads to emotional exhaustion and a lack of motivation.
Mm.
So most of them, they lack access to mentor, advisor, or coaches who can provide them that support and make it easier for them to
Mhm.
navigate those challenges effectively.
Yes.
But what I do is I initially, what I find is initially it's painful, huh?
Mhm.
But they stay in that space because they've gotten used to that. They've
Mhm.
gotten used to living in that space. They felt comfortable with it, and
Mhm.
they justify their situation without addressing actually the challenges and the pain that they
Yeah.
actually undergo. So the way I've been trying to solve this is I think that to understand those challenges and the pressure, that's number one. That the owner has to be aware
Mhm.
of that. So be aware of the pain. But I've also realized that you need to reconnect to your purpose for you to
Mhm.
move forward. So reigniting your passion, that will help you clarify your goals, your intention, your why, and then from there, then we can look at what are those business strategies that we need
Yes.
to put in place. And then the third, the tool that we do, which I say thriving in all cylinders, which is actually trying to bring everything together: the
Mhm.
purpose, the strategy, and the life in full alignment. So
Yes.
that's really what my coaching is. The numbers, we're going to achieve the numbers, but I
Yeah.
want the whole person to grow.
Yeah.
That's really what I do.
And I love what you said, King. I told you I'm calling you as royalty. That the alignment, like you said, and getting back to the foundation and alignment of it. I think that's really important, because a lot of times in small businesses, and like I said, use me as example to, like you said, you're doing your coaching. That we tend to go down a lot of, and I'm going to say it like this, rabbit holes.
Yes, yes,
So, then all of a sudden that alignment starts going this way or going that way, because we're running, going, trying to do all the stuff where somebody told you to do something, or you some, but you didn't do it because you don't have the people to help you or what have you. So all of a sudden the alignment is getting unstable, and you almost forget, like you said, King, what was my whole purpose? What is my purpose and passion of all this? Because you're falling through all the other rabbit holes, as I call it. So I love how two things I know you wanted to bring up. One is going right into what you just said, is reconnecting purpose with your profit of your small business. And once you align yourself, like you said, the money's going to come, but you have to start off in that point. So I wanted you to express.
Absolutely. And I'm going to share with you one exercise here, and your auditors there, they can follow along. But before that, I have to say, actually, that flame there is still there. It's just being a little bit buried on the under the weight of those challenges. So we need to pull it there. But that flame has always been there. But those challenges there have just been covering them like a blanket, layer after layer, and so on. So what I'm proposing here for you to follow along, and for your for the auditors there to one exercise here, which is that if you're listening there, take a journal, a book, a notebook, and so on, and then you can also set aside a quiet place. I find writing a journal is a powerful way to begin a continuous conversation with one, as I would say. So because when you write without stopping, you beginning to uncover some thoughts and feeling that you may not have realized they were there.
Yes.
So, but the key is to start. So take action. So step one, I would say, what makes you happy? So that's really the thing. But before we begin, let me just give here a quote from this Wilma Mankiller. She was the first female chief of the Cherokee Nation. She said, and I'm quoting her, she said, "The happiest people I've met, regardless of their profession, social standing, or economic status, are those who are fully engaged with the world around them. The most fulfilled people are the ones who wake up every morning excited to embrace life. They care deeply about others, extend a helping hand to someone in need, and pursue activities that bring them genuine joy." So happiness really comes from living in alignment, as you said very well there earlier, living in alignment with what brings us joy and meaning. So question number one, what activities bring you joy? So think of the moments where time seems to fly because you're completely immersed in something you love. What activities you make you lose track of time because you're enjoying so much. When was the last time you felt truly happy, and why? Is it spending time with loved ones? Is it being creative, exploring nature, or helping others? So write those things down. Second one will be, what topics that make you light up when you talk about them, that you get excited, and whatnot. Are there some subjects there you can discuss endlessly, that you can talk for hours and hours? What are those that really make you feel energized and excited? So those are really the things. Is it talking that you enjoy talking about friends, family, and so on? Who or what inspires you? That will fill you with excitement. So give it some thought. And then think of what are those little things in your daily life that make you smile. It could be a taste of your morning coffee. It could be the sound of a laughter. It could be just those small joys, which are part of our happiness. So what parts of your daily life, your daily routine, that feel like that parts of happiness? So write those things down. Don't think too much there. So what would you do if no one paid you for it?
Oh, I know for myself, King. I was writing down because I was writing just like everybody else is writing. Audience, what time goes by so quickly is the creativity that I do for my clients when it comes to video and creating videos and commercials and stuff for them. I get so engulfed in that.
Yes.
And I look up and then 5 hours pass. And I'm like, what just happened here? But I was enjoying it and I loved it. It wasn't a task, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And how do others would describe you when you are at your happiest?
That's a good question. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
you should ask some of the people there. Huh? See if you know,
Mm,
but if not, just ask them.
yeah.
Or just hear them talking when they see you happy and excited. How
Hmm.
are they describing you?
Yeah, they can sense when I talk about helping others, having them understand, that they need to be visible because they're important in the world. And I just get all giddy. I like a little kid, so they always say, "Barbara, I can always tell when you're in your zone because
Yes,
you just
yes,
light up like a Christmas tree, and you just
yes,
be
yes.
talking, talking, talking."
Absolutely, absolutely. You just have to write them down, write them freely. And then
Mm,
the other one is what are you curious about? I
mm,
mean, curiosity, as you alluded earlier there, it really fuels our connection to life. So
yes.
it's really it sparks the desire for us to explore, to learn, to grow. It helps us to stay engaged with the world and others. So that's really what it is. So,
Yeah.
Eleanor Roosevelt said that life must be lived and curiosity kept alive.
Yeah. Oh,
We
yes.
must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. That's Eleanor Roosevelt who said that.
So true. So
Yeah.
true. And I kind of want to add to that, King. I was going to say, like you said, life and curiosity, and it goes with it together in learning. I
Yeah.
always tell people you should be forever learning,
Yes.
forever learning. I said, when you stop in yourself and say, well, I don't have to learn anything anymore, then you know what? You might as well just, and I hate to say the word, say goodbye, but they should, because that should just keep you going and keep your blood pumping, learning different things in life. Yeah.
Absolutely. And people have to think of what are those activities and experiences that really spark their curiosity, that
Hmm.
make them lose track of time. Yeah. Well, what are those moments there where you are in that situation? Are there books out there, podcasts or documentary that you tend to gravitate towards?
Yes.
So that's really what it is. When was the last time you truly felt curious about life and what triggered it? So that's really what it is.
Mm.
So
Mm.
those are
These are
some
some good
questions.
questions.
Yeah. Any thoughts come to your mind, Barbara,
About the trigger for me,
about the curiosity piece?
the curiosity. My curiosity is always, and I know I can go on a tangent with this, but I'm not because of the time. But I always, with people that I work with, be it if it's a client or just a friend,
Yes.
if I see that something that they're having a struggle with,
Yes.
or something that they're trying to just figure it out, I feel like I get engulfed with that because I want to find the answer for them. So
Yes.
I start researching, I start looking in places, and it teaches me too, as I'm going to research and try to help them. It's helping me to become a better person, and
Yes.
more skills to be added,
Yes.
because I want to solve their problem. It's just like I want to be that aspirin for
Yes.
them.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And then the other one, and please keep track of time for me because I may,
This
I
is
may lose
good.
track,
This is
I may
good.
lose track of time when I'm enjoying as well. So,
I know.
but the other
Yeah.
one is what are your values? Huh? It's very important for us every now and then to reassess our values
Yes,
and to
definitely.
find meaning and stay aligned with what truly matters. So
Yes.
I think understanding that is extremely important and acting on it help us guide us towards our true goals.
I,
So
I love how you said remember your values, because also, King, I want to say this, and hopefully this aligns with what you're saying too, is your values creates the boundaries in your
yes,
life.
yes, yes,
Because if your values are trust, integrity, being vulnerable, sometimes being open,
yes,
being, like I said, trustworthy and all that, then if you get the opposite from people, places, and things, I say,
yes,
then you don't want to be bothered with that. I mean, I don't want to be anybody I can't trust.
absolutely,
So I think those values are really, like, I'm glad you brought that up. It's very important to
yes,
remember, to remind yourself.
absolutely. And for that you need what can help sometimes is that you need to explore your past. You may to see whether there are any recurring themes. So by discovering those, you can draw meaning from from what maybe just seem like a random stream of event, but actually there may be a pattern there. So that's
Yes,
really,
that's
really
good. Ooh, that was good. I'm glad you brought. See, you're bringing up so many golden wisdom. Ooh,
good.
yes. You do have to see what what was your triggers or what have you. People
Yeah,
have the different names to them, but it's very important. You're right to go back and see
yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, 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 yes,
definitely.
yes.
Oh my
And
God. See, we didn't even get to building a business that loves you back.
yes, this is that. This
Oh
is
my God. This Miss
yeah,
C, this is what happens. You just proved the point about you enjoy something and the time just goes by.
yes,
Well,
yes,
I enjoyed this interview because
yes,
the
yes,
time went by so
yes,
quick
yes, yes.
fast.
Now,
But you know what? I want to make sure that you leave any lasting thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to take myself down. I want you just to leave it and then we'll come back so they can be able to contact you.
yes. What I would say, but first of all, thank you for having me on your show. And what I would say is that at the end of the day, the entrepreneurial journey that we are all taking here is more than the pursuit of success. It's really, in a way, a testament of resilience, but the resilience of purpose and the power of dream. So what I would say is that to people who are listening there, that your path may have taken maybe unexpected turns, and you may feel like that the fire you have there, may feel dimmed, by time and challenges. But the essence of your why is still there. It's very much within you, waiting to be rediscovered. So by reconnecting with your dreams and grounding yourself in purpose, you are not just reigniting your passion. In a way, you are reclaiming the vision that first set you, your, I had to say, your heart ablaze. So that's really what it is there. And as you move forward, I would say, remember, small intentional steps today can create profound transformation tomorrow. So you have to cultivate that environment that will reflect your authentic self. Nurture your purpose with care, fuel your dream with curiosity, and let your values guide your action. Because in doing so, you won't just building a thriving business, but I think at the end of the day, you'll craft a meaningful legacy. So this is really the moment for you to realign and rise. So the journey ahead is yours to shape. Beginning by remembering why you started. So that will be my final words.
I stayed longer because I just wanted you to continue because you were just on you were just some good things coming out. And I love how you said, see, I know we're supposed to end this, but I just have to say this because you were saying some good gold nuggets. I love how you said that, about taking the steps, each step
Yes.
get you to that next level.
Yes.
So take those small steps to get to the bigger picture. Yes, totally. We got to bring you back. I had to bring you back. You got to come back. You got to come back, King. So I already have your website down below, but any other ways how they can contact you? Because I know people are going to want to get to you.
Yeah. People could contact me via LinkedIn, Mosongo Moukwa. They could also contact me via my website, which is mosongomukwa.coach. So if they Google me, they will come across that. But what also I want to take this opportunity, just a way of thanking you here, Barbara Beckley, for having me on your show here. That the 7 people who contact me through there, I'm offering only for the first 7 people a complimentary session on strategies to help them find additional revenue for their business. I'll share with them some strategies that perhaps can help them, uncover those revenue and put some money in their bank account. So that is on me as a way of thanking you. And when you do, please mention you came to me through Barbara Beckley podcast. So that's really my offer. He has a way of thanking you.
Oh,
Your readers.
see, now people better jump on that. I mean, everybody heard that now. This king is offering to help you grow in your business, and let them know that, you got him through looking at the coaches lounge and hearing what he has to say as being a coach. Now, the thing is, I want to make sure, when we talk, to get that information so they're able to get with you if they want to have those sessions. So definitely, I would just suggest people use it. I can't tell you what to do. I'm telling the audience now, but I can suggest that this would be a good thing to do, is to get with this wonderful, wonderful king, because he has so much to help and give to you. With that said, again, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure.
The honor has been mine.
We had to bring you back. I'm putting that out there. And anybody else, please, this is the part, like I said, this is the platform where I love to spotlight experts that advise us not only for life and for business, but just both, to have your light shine. As I always say, make sure that as we are a lighthouse to the world. And if you want to be a lighthouse to the world, you need to get that extra help. We all do. I do. We all do. Because I want you to shine your best with your gifts. So make sure that you're doing that in life, and make sure if you want to be spotlighted, if you're a coach, educator, or mentor, come to me. We can make you shine. Again, thank you so much. And we will see you next time at the Coaches Lounge.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Introducing the Diamond Factor Network, where we turn your business into a beacon of success. Imagine having your TV streaming show reaching audiences far and wide. It's possible with the Diamond Factor Network. Unlock the power of your brand with our state-of-the-art TV streaming platform. Your show, your way. Feature highlights, customized shows, global reach, and professional support. Coaching by Barbara J. Beckley, purpose, visibility, and social media strategist. Ready to elevate your brand? Join the Diamond Factor Network today and let your brilliance light up the world. Shine bright, because your success is our priority.